What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Tuesday Tips with me, Mr. Williams, and I am super excited to share this next activity with you. It's one that I've been doing probably for about 7-8 years with different students and different groups of people who I've been able to work with in a small group setting. If you remember, this month, September, is all about empathy, and this activity will unlock a little bit of empathy for you and the people in your restorative circle. The purpose of this activity is to break down some of the first impressions that we tend to have. Specifically, I want you to think about an onion. An onion, if you were to cut it in half, it has multiple layers to it. And I look at us as people the same way. We have multiple layers, but what we tend to do is only get to know that first layer of most people. And we don't go any deeper. Even with our friends, our parents, our families, we don't go as deep as we should. So let's jump in. You don't need any materials for this activity. All you need is an open heart, some listening ears, and a willingness to be a little uncomfortable. So first thing you do in this obviously is restorative circle. You're in a circle. You can sit in a circle, stand in a circle, crouch in a circle, as long as you're in a circle and you're together. In my class, we normally sit in a circle because it's just what we do. Now, each participant is going to take turns and they're going to use this sentence starter to help them. It says, my name is blank and I'm from blank. And one thing you cannot tell just by looking at me is blank. This is important for you to know because blank. Now I'm going to give you an example from me. So my name is Mr. Williams. I am from Mejia, Texas. Bet you haven't heard of that. And one thing you cannot tell by looking at me is that I was extremely, extremely shy until I was about 16 years old. Meaning, if you were in a class with me and a teacher called on me, I wouldn't answer. I'd look at her, wouldn't say a word. I spent most of my time reading books or playing outside by myself. Sometimes playing football with friends or people around the neighborhood. Most of my time I spent alone. This is something important for you to know because I want you to see how we can grow and change as people. How I was able to grow, and then also how you can grow. But the key to that for me and for you as well is to get outside of your comfort zone and do things that are difficult for you, that are hard for you, but are good for you. And I have a story that I'll tell you another episode about one of my teachers who is a big part of the reason why I am so able to talk and communicate with people. And think about students who know me. I am very, very forthcoming and I will talk to anybody. I haven't met a stranger, but I had a teacher, Miss Ham, for a few years in high school that really did some things that helped me change that. So that's my story. Some ways to make this a little easier for people depending on the age or how old they are, how comfortable they are doing this. You could write that prompt on the board. You could give each person a slip and allow them to write it. Or if you have a person who is more artistic and just likes to draw and doodle, they could just draw out their scene or draw out their thing that people would want them to know, and then they can describe it. Anyone who's in a circle who isn't talking, again, we always want to practice active listening and giving the person who's talking their full attention because it's just a respectful thing to do and it's a thing that you would want, and so you try to do that for others. After finishing this activity with your group or your circle, there are some debriefing questions that you can ask. You could obviously come up with your own, but I have a list of those that I'll send as well, that I'll post a Google Doc to those so you can see those as well. But they're questions kind of like this. Were there any surprising responses from your peers? Willing to bet those of you who know me would think that my response was probably surprising. Most people think I'm an extrovert and I love being in front of the middle of people, and I actually don't. It tires me out. So that's what I got for you today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I will catch you later. Ta-ta.